The Sorrows of Young Werther, by Johannes? Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. I've only been reading this guy for years. I just suddenly lost his name. June 21st. Let me turn on the thing. My days are as happy as those God gives to his saints, and whatever be my fate hereafter, I can never say that I have not tasted joy, the purest joys of life. You know my Valheim. I am now completely settled there. It is only half an hour from Charlotte, and there I feel that I am myself and taste all the happiness which can fall to the lot of man. Little did I imagine, when I selected Valheim as the goal of my walks, that all heaven lay so near it. How often, in my wanderings from the hillside, or from the meadows across the river, had I seen this hunting lodge, which now holds all the joys of my heart. I have often reflected, dear Wilhelm, on the eagerness of men to wander about and make new discoveries, and on that secret urge which afterwards makes them return to their narrow circle, conform to the customary path, and pay no attention to the right or the left. It is so strange how, when I came here first and looked out upon that lovely valley from the hills, I felt charmed with everything around me. The little wood opposite, how delightful to sit in its shade! How fine the view from that summit, that delightful chain of hills, and the exquisite valleys at their feet! Could I but lose myself amongst them! I hurried, and returned without finding what I sought. Distance, my friend, is like the future. A dim vastness is spread before our souls. Our feelings are as obscure as our vision, and we desire to surrender our whole being, that it may be filled with the perfect bliss of one glorious emotion. But alas, when we rush towards our goal, when the distant there becomes the present here, all is the same. We are as poor and circumscribed as ever, and our soul still languishes for unattainable happiness. So does the restless traveler long at last for his native soil, and finds in his own cottage, in the arms of his wife, in the affection of his children, and the labor necessary for their support, all that happiness which he sought in vain in the wide world. When I go out to Valheim at sunrise, and with my own hands gather in the garden the sugar peas for my own dinner, and when I sit down to string them as I read my Homer, and then, selecting a saucepan from the little kitchen, fetch my own butter, put my peas on the fire, cover the pot, and sit down to stir it occasionally, I vividly recall the illustrious suitors of Penelope, killing, dressing, and roasting their own oxen and swine. Nothing fills me with a more pure and genuine happiness than those traits of patriarchal life which, thank heaven, I can imitate without affectation. Happy I am that my heart can feel the same simple and innocent pleasure as the peasant, whose table is covered with food of his own growing, and who not only enjoys his meal, but remembers with delight the happy days, and the sunny morning when he planted it, the mild evenings when he watered it, and the pleasure he experienced in watching its daily growth.